Please visit ivanteller.com and learn more about your galactic families.
Got the end of the intro at least. All right. Greetings, everyone. Maybe join us for tonight's channeling. I think I have an idea what's coming through. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. All right. We got notifications off, and don't have any too much interruption here. And mic's off. Usually just offline, but I forgot about it. So, all right. Thank you guys, and happy connections. Yeah, it'll probably be a short message, and then but we'll see. All right. Blessings. Here we go. Greetings. I am Raphael. Send you energies in your enlightenment stage. There is many of you will feel a vibration of higher densities for sure. You'll feel like you're in the third dimension anymore. There'll be moments of that to go back and forth. It depends on where you are and what frequency you wish to proceed in, because this is also allowing your Earth of ascension process as you are trying it out, you can say. You're also at a frequency where you feel that you can handle this type of vibration. As many of you are already on that threshold at this time, but will continue itself ever so slowly. It does not have to be very long. We're just trying things out. And this will happen individually, of course. Some might have a group feeling. If you have a group in a connected nature, most likely you will feel a major transition. All depends on who's in this group, of course. But much of the higher vibrations are coming into your Earth. Yes, ever so slowly, but allowing negative removals. As yes, the third dimensional Earth is going to, yes, have a major transition soon. It's already going through it slightly, but major events are on. Good ones, of course, but sometimes negative has to happen for the positive to arrive. So, sending energies, blessings. Greetings. As many do say as I enter. You can call me Seth. Yes, the same one that you've heard channelings of your past. Different here, but still the same. I'm not really going to go into my past connections. No reason for that. As the reason I am here is, this, what is this? Talk of only certain ones can channel my energies. That is not true. As we are, if you are welcome to connect to us, if you're wishing to connect, you can. Yes, it'd be quite unusual. As you will see more of us, those that can't be channeled, to be channeled. Ascended Master energies, if you want to call us, whatever you want to call us, doesn't matter. To bring you closer to knowing how to tie your shoes and know how to see your universe clearly as you are opening up the shades of your earth to become more of your spiritual existence. As you call it, your 3D is just one level of human existence, and you're allowing that to part ways with you, as you can see. So us coming through that don't normally come through are going to come through. Maybe not as what you normally hear us as, but that's fine, because we're coming through different channels that what you're used to. So yes, we're still learning how to communicate with you also. Basically, we're here to unlock blockages and help you see more clearly. As yes, there are many entities that do not want you to see clearly. They are called, yes, your government entities, Illuminatis. They are just there to put shackles onto you, as they, quote, call themselves freedom fighters, which is far from it. They're just to keep you in the third dimensional mentality state. And that is coming to an end ever so slowly. So I'm here to bring assistance to you in your awakening processes. When you have inquiries, I'm happy to assist.
Okay, thank you, Seth. First will be Brian.
Hello. Greetings, Seth. This is Logan. I have a question about my dream that I had. Apparently, in this dream, I had an eye problem, and it was really, really bad. And then the next day, as I woke up, apparently my brother had a eyelash stuck in his eye that was messing with it. And I want to know why exactly or how my dream foretold what would happen.
Because you're seeing into the future. The reason is that you are being foretold because you are going into a new density. And you're getting used to seeing the future. I believe this will come to more. You're getting yourself ready for it. Now it's going to be little things such as an eyelash, and there'll be more to come as you go into more adulthood. Right now, you are just setting the stage for yourself. Your higher self is getting you ready, basically. So right now, you're just training your body to get used to this. As for how frequently this will happen, only when it needs to be. There's a lesson to be learned, and that memory is now implanted in your mind of what you are capable of. So, more is to come.
Sometimes it feels like some entity is trying to warn me of some things with these dreams that I've been having, with the future stuff and whatnot. And can you tell me why they're trying to warn me of something?
Well, it's also that you would realize many of you on this planet, you set your world up to what direction it goes into. And so the reason they bring their fears to you to let you know where to steer your earth away from. They do this often. You're not always usually remembering it, as that you're going through many timeline loops. And yes, it's like to avoid the accident, and as you drive down the road, basically. So they're just making sure that you avoid it at all costs, and they do this throughout your collective. So, and many of you decide to go through it, and maybe you decide not to. I believe this will continue with you also.
Thank you. Thank you, Seth.
Yes.
Okay, next is Emmy.
I'm sorry. Hi. Yes, I have a question about the different beings that are around me as of late. Can you tell me who they are and what messages they have for me?
I believe it's mostly Pleiadian energies. Basically, yes, there's some fear around them of what you're going through, because there's many reptilians that are trying to control your mental state. You're also clearing out Anunnakis that are trying to steer you into a wrong direction. But I believe you're going into the right direction. But there's many beings that are trying, in your dream state, they try to remove you from a positive direction. So if you feel tired out or worn out, that is what's going on. You're kind of there's a tug of war going on around you from what I'm seeing. But believe that your beings are going, you are going in the right direction, but they do tempting energies. Basically, they try to fool you in your dream state to capture you from what I'm seeing, to go into the wrong direction, Basically, when you awaken, you have a whole nother set of rules that take you in the wrong direction. I don't believe they've been successful with that, but they're trying to be. That's a message. Hope that's it.
Thank you very much. And my next question is, I'm wondering if the apnea that I have is allergy related, and if so, can you detect if there are any like allergies I have, or recommend any foods that I should avoid, like wheat or whey protein or something like that?
It's wheat, and just stay away from wheat, from what I see, at least for this time. It seems to be causing some kind of reaction to you, from what I'm picking up on.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so next is me. I'm reading here there are two Seth in our history, the Egyptian god and some other deity. Are you the Egyptian god or?
I have a connection of both, more of the Egyptian though.
Okay, so good to clear that up. Okay, so do you have any messages for me?
Yes, you are. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Well, yes, I feel like you came to this world on accident in some regard. That, well, you came here is almost that you're here to help others fulfill their direction, not necessarily yours. You are helping others to go into the ascension process, and you weren't necessarily felt like you needed to incarnate here, but say, if I'm going to come here, you better give me these lists of things. So I believe you're experiencing that right now, but you're helping some that usually go into a circle and never really ascend or never follow their path, basically. So I believe you help clear their path, and they're in your family energies, your mother energies, from what I see. Definitely the mother, but there's others too. Basically, if you were not there, they will not really figure out their path or their direction, from what I see.
I feel like both accident and planned accident.
Planned accident is probably a better word for it. Yes.
Yes. So the next question is: you have any funny pockets that would be nice for me to hear? Like, if you're funny, you can say it.
Yes, I see that there's a reality where you come from where people is that their socks or their shoes start talking to them. Basically, it's like, will you look down and take better care of your feet, or why don't you take my advice every once in a while? So there's some of that going on. You do come from a place like that, where basically clothing even starts to talk, but definitely with you, it's shoes and socks, because nobody's going to see that coming. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does. You seem to be like almost like a wizard energy. You go around and just make them get their attention. And this is on other planets, not so much on this one. This one eventually, in some regard, you do that, but mostly in other realities that are ready for this, from what I see.
Cool. So do your trousers talk to you sometimes? Just
Usually it's pants because my waistline is all over the place. So
okay, good to know. Okay, next
Yes.
is Steven. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Seth.
Yes.
Greetings, much love.
Much love.
I was wondering if you can connect with me, scan my body, and if I can get help on releasing blockages and stuff like you were talking about earlier, and clearly connecting more with my source and all my other multidimensional selves, and I get a healing because it seems like I got an anvil on me or anchor blockages that are keeping me from connecting with some of my abilities and stuff.
Well, yes, what I see from you as a Atlantean, obviously in your ancient past, one that had you carried around a staff at one time, and you can use this staff, you can hit it on the ground if you wish. It does send a tuning, a harmonic energy out for safety, for healing, for whatever it might be that you need it for. You can use it for war too. Eventually it turned into that. I believe someone took away your staff and broke it. That was part of your energy. That was part of you. You could probably pick up on this also. And so it was like, just like some of the items you own, you feel like that's a part of you. But that staff is very much with you. It's your energy. It's practically you. And so this is where some of you're regaining your energy here on this planet. You're remembering yourself. As you came here as a peace being, and there was much peace here, but there was a time there was not. And so you are bringing back your peace here. As you even vowed never to come back to this planet one time. So for you to come back here is a big deal. Because you truly, I do see you just say, I'm not returning here for just, I don't know what you're doing here. But it's all wrong. So you being back here is a sign of changing times. Hopefully that brings assistance to your healing process.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Yes.
And just if there's any messages from my galactic family, universal family, thank you.
I do see many cat beings around you, actually. They do look like your household pets, but they're actually an alien race. They can be around 6 feet tall, 5 feet tall. And they do hang around them quite often. I do see you in astral with them quite a bit. Sometimes you hang out with canines, but I do see you around the cat people. Basically, you're just lounging around doing nothing. But you do everything in your dream state. So even in astral, you go into sleep, and you're doing all these crazy things as you all connect to. So they're telling you basically to teach you how to relax and to just take it easy, because humans will eventually realize they're actually teaching humans how to astral project. They don't realize it. So they're very much, they remember your spiritual side, which is what canines, what felines do here. Canines do it too, but it's a different energy. That is the message.
Yeah, I get a whole bunch of cats that are hanging around my area. This white cat comes over here, and a whole bunch of other neighbor cats that seem to come over here often. Definitely.
Yes. It is a calming energy. That's why they're there, just to calm energies down. So, very nice.
Thank you. Much love.
Next is Nick.
Greetings, Seth. Thank you for connecting.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, my first question, maybe you can scan or pick up on it. Just the different physical experiences I've been having, I don't know, the last handful of days with my physical body. I don't know if it's some sort of energetic calibration, or I'm getting interfered with, or astral copies of myself, or going through stuff. I'd like to know what you can pick up on.
Well, yes, it does seem to be yes, it is being quite difficult to connect with here. I do see a weakness in your energy. I do see malevolent beings there. I believe it's mostly reptilian. They're trying to keep themselves hidden. But you're causing a great chain reaction. and they're having difficulties with that chain reaction. And I believe this is more of an Illuminati energy. And to clear this, you can use golden energies, you use Egyptian energies, because these beings are very Egyptian too. It's basically to unblock their blockages, basically. You go through your heart chakra and send energy out from throughout. They can't fully block you. They can try, but they can't go through your heart chakra. You can send energies out, you can visualize it, and push away what they're doing. There's different methods of going about it, but I do see them around you. They're trying to basically close down your mental state. And this has to do with some of the people you're around too. They're not aware. There's elite energies around you from what I see. So they're testing you out from what I'm picking up on.
Yeah, that's maybe I'll go into detail more in that in a private session with Ivan.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Yeah, any other general messages from Spirit?
Well, I see you as like a golden, of course there's more. I can't go, well, let's see how much far I can go with this. I see you as a golden being, even during the time of Egypt, as one that had all the answers, and many beings wanted those answers, of course, and tried to manipulate your energies. They were not able to do so, but now you're here in human form, so it's another form of test. But it's also what I see you here as you're sewing the world back together, as it's been taken apart. And many of you here are doing the same. You're just sewing it back together, and you're doing your parts. And there's a lot of people here doing this, because only not one can do it, of course. So you're helping it remember its Egyptian ways, its Atlantean ways. And so, yes, your Earth is going to get quite strange. And those of you that are doing this heavily in your area, you might see a great strange anomalies, because you're involved with that anomaly of the positive, of course. That's what I see.
All right. I appreciate that. Thank you for connecting, Seth. Blessings.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, next is Liz.
Hello, Seth.
Yes. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, of course.
All right. Hi. Okay. Well, I have quite a lot of questions today, but I'm feeling very, as in the introduction from the Archangel, I'm very disconnected from like the 3D world, but I also very intolerant to negativity. Usually I'm very understanding, even, cheerful to the people that are suffering their own incomprehensions. But just lately, I just don't, I cut it off and I say, I don't have any tolerance lately. So is there anything that happening to me, or could you tell me anything about this?
Yes, the angels are saying that you have like a wall of energy around you, a shield. As you are, yes, going into more of a fourth infinite density, that is where your work is, out of body mostly. So you are here, but not quite here. So you're not quite here. You're very sensitive to low energies, even the third dimension energies. So there is not a lot, but there is some reptilian presence around you. And when they walk around you, it does kind of interfere with even just by walking by. Those that are not very friendly, of course. They're the ones that are causing some ruckus around your way. See. But with your astral travels, I see like a beam of light coming from you into the stars, you can say, assisting humanity, opening up basically portal energies for more alien beings to assist, basically changing the Earth's timeline to be more of a positive timeline. That takes a lot of effort, as you see. You're, of course, not alone in this, but this is why you feel almost need to be isolated from the third dimension, I see.
Thank you. Another question is, I'm part of a study group from Brazil, and a spiritual teacher there. Would you be able to tap into that connection to see what is the connection between myself and that teacher?
Yes, past life connections. I do see African incarnations of your past, of clearing out corruption with this person. I believe in the Congo is what I see. I don't believe you're there very long. but you might have been an alien being. It's not being very clear. He possibly could have been assisting this person. So this person, you have a very strong soul connection. I believe you're mostly an alien being, from what I see, as a mentor energy, helping this person out of, yes, a very corrupt society. And you can say she was turning a lot of corruption around, and this is a female being, from what I see, in that incarnation. So this one, you just have many soul connections. But I do believe you connect this one astral a lot, as I see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all part of the ascension, right?
Yes, it is a key unlocking a very big door that some beings do not want to be open. So you go slowly with this door, and they're trying to keep it closed, and they're saying, oh, you're bad, you're this or that, and they're just having a fit more than anything. But there's nothing stopping it. It is inevitable and much needed.
Yeah.
So
thank you. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Okay, next is Mary.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi. I was wondering if there are any messages for me.
You are, let's see. Yes, you are learning how the spirit world says tap dance around humanity. It's basically your words and wisdom is throughout your day is assisting people, even unlocking their own, you can say their own little cage they put themselves, their own reality.
Mm-hmm.
So you are in your little, it doesn't have to be, tell everybody exactly everything that's going on. You don't need to. Basically, your vibration alone is unlocking souls, making souls feel comfortable in what's to come. So it could be about everyday conversation. Your energy alone is just helping them see there's nothing wrong with change. I mean, you're not talking about change, but your energy there is inquiring that there's something coming, basically. That would be fine. That is what I'm seeing with your energy, at least at this time.
Mm-hmm. Great. Thank you.
Yes.
Any messages for my husband, Angel?
Him to just take a magic leap. He has a lot of Anunnaki lifetimes, I see. Palladian positive incarnations. He's kind of going back and forth. Which one do I want to be? At least in the other incarnations. He's had a lot of fun in his other incarnations.
Mm-hmm.
May not have been the most positive, but they were fun. But
yeah, I see that.
Yes, he had a blast. I do see a pirate lifetime with him too. He just had a blast with all that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's taking all those lessons and he's using it as like, okay, I got that all out of my system. I see him as an archangel energy too. I see wings coming out of his back, basically to get everyone's attention. So just go with the flow. The message is to him. I do see him. It's like a symbol. It's like even during biblical times, I see him. Even during his adolescent times, I don't think he was ready for it at the time, but I do see him, at least in future Earths of this world, just being a beacon of light in the sky. Right now, he's relearning his steps, but just see him. There's nothing to worry about humans, and he just basically is just the words here are not coming through, but it's show people anomalies that everything will be fine basically in the sky, and then we'll see his presence there basically. So he is working back up to that right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's totally him.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
Blessings.
Okay, so next is Kingsley, and I have his messages here. Do you have any messages for me? He asks.
Yeah. Yes. Let's see. Do not stop the presses, and not to say there is going to be some in his future that cause discouragement. What he is doing is wrong. I believe he already is aware, and some of them will even attack him. Mostly energy-wise, through words, but he's not fully prepared for that at this time. But he will eventually. But there's going to be tests along the way that are going to be very even give him skepticism if he shouldn't be doing this. But he's on the right track, and this just builds him up to your. It will make him stronger. So basically, if anyone does cause any difficulties, just brush it off and just continue on, because he is on the right path. He is, yes, going to change a lot of mental state humans on his world. Definitely, there are things that humans are capable of. They have no idea. So yes, just continue on his route. Thank you.
Cool. And his next question is, I thought of something. I know some beings send their thoughts to others when they communicate. But does any being just talk in their heads, then broadcast their messages telepathically?
Some do, yes. Some do broadcast their what it is, nerves or whatever it is that's going in their mind. Some are just, they don't always aware that they're doing it. They broadcast their frustrations, and they're not aware someone's there to pick it up. So they're not always aware of it. It's usually frustrations for what I see. That is all I have for that. Yes.
Okay, thank you. And next is Blue.
Greetings.
Hello, Seth.
Yes.
That's cool that you came through today, because I was thinking of asking a question relating to you.
Yes, I must have heard it. It must have been on my to-do list today.
That's good. Well, me and you know each other from the past, Egypt, if you remember.
Of course.
We had a lot of problems together.
We have a lot of problems now, from what I see.
What?
We have a lot of problems now. Good problems, though.
Well, I feel that.
Yes.
So I feel like you don't like my ways in astral so much. Could you maybe tell me why?
Sometimes, yes. I'm like a grandmother to you, yes. Because even you're doing things I would never do. So it's like, be careful. Be careful, son. So yes, I'm always around your, not always, but sometimes, because some beings do get startled by what you are doing. But of course, continue what you are doing is just, sometimes your energy does go out quite a bit. Maybe it's too much. And some, yes, even beings in the astral do get quite startled. So I'm looking out for all of you, I guess.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we don't fight anymore in astral, do we?
I do not see this, not anymore. But there are times, yes, I do have a temper in astral, as you can see, yes. Not recently.
All right. And my second question was, well, will there be any, I feel like you have wanted to speak with me sometimes, or ask me to do things for me. Is that true?
Yes.
Could you tell about that?
Let's see. Basically, it's just, only thing at this time, just be careful of your energy field. It does go into areas within those that you're connecting to where they don't always know it's you. They think it's somebody else. This is why it startles individuals in your astral plane. Even your prime creator energy gets kind of startled. There's sometimes not knowing who you are, because you do cloak your energies quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. That is
not
true.
Everybody. Yeah. So in doing that does cause, we don't see it you causing any harm. It's just many beings do get startled in the higher realms. But you are testing your abilities still. You are perfecting your abilities. And so we are a warning from you as you do this. So
all right.
All I can say is just continue on, and you're getting better at it. So
okay.
Now you understand it more.
And I guess our conflict as Horus and Seth ended, or is it continuing?
Some of it does continue.
Oh, okay.
But it is much needed sometimes. Some need to see it. Some need to experience that.
Mm-hmm.
So we are not alone when we have our scuffles. So sometimes it's a watchable event. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
You can say it's like your boxing match. but a lot more entertaining.
Then I will box. Then we will box on continuing as Horizon said.
Why not? Because we are opening up new experiences, not just for ourselves but for others. So we're not harming each other, as far as I can tell.
Good. Well, that was it for my questions.
Yes.
So much.
Yes.
Blessings. Always.
Blessings.
So I brought popcorn, and next is Sheena.
Yes.
Greetings, Seth. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. It's your favorite sister, Isis, here.
Yes, of course.
Yes. So how are you doing?
I am doing well. Yes, I plan on connecting more with humans here. It does seem to help the ascension process in so many different ways.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, this was very convenient because I was going to ask about siblings, and I do believe that also Daria, the member here,
yes.
and Omran, Blue, are actually siblings in a high up yes, you know, hierarchy. Can't say it. They are like God, with the gods, you know, and they always keep fighting. And I don't think they are aware that it's like sibling, you know, like you and Horus. You know, yeah, Horus wasn't your son, but no, I mean your brother. But you understand what I mean? Are
yes.
these correct? Because I have gotten downloads about them being siblings.
Yes, there must have been much activity is going on recently that caused that download. Yes, it happens every once in a while. It doesn't happen all the time, but they're warding from each other during this experience. So that is another version of themselves that you're connecting to. But yes, there's very much alive. And when you are getting a download, that means you are calming the energies, for what I see.
Yes,
you are getting pulled into it quite a bit. It's like usually try to stay out of it.
Yeah, I try my best. I love them both.
What this download is saying is, look at what these two are doing to each other.
Yeah.
So that's why that's coming in.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yes.
And also, do you have a message for me?
Yes. 1 moment. Yes, I see with a magic wand, but not one that's seen usually. It is, you can say it's orchestrating the earth into a different level. You are assisting souls that have been lost into the higher realms. That's been happening more than recently. The ghost energy on this earth is being healed more rapidly than it has before. It's not always easily seen because there's so many of them. But your ghost dimensions are those that are trapped here basically are becoming untrapped, and there's so many of them. It's hard to see the dent that's the clearing, but you're very much involved with that. There's much more, but that is the message at this time.
Okay, thank you so much. Much love to you and blessings.
Yes, always a blessing energy to you.
Cool. Yes. So I need to kick some little brothers here and there. And next is Humberto.
Hello.
Yes. Greetings.
My first question is, I've heard from the channeler, Barbara Marciniak, that it is highly advised to not have any electronic devices in the bedroom because they mess with the physical and non-physical bodies. I want to know if having them in the bedroom completely shut off or and unplugged would disturb my body, my body, the same as being on sleep mode, or if there is still some disturbance.
There's always going to be some kind of disturbance around you. That is like more like a superstition, because remember, you are energies and you have power. And so if there is a cell phone or a clock that's causing you difficulties, a electric clock, you can close that down. So you know what's best for you. For some, that is good to have no electronics. But for many of you, you can turn off that blockage that it's causing. So what is right for you is my message, basically. So
okay.
I believe you are doing fine with anything in your. You can have a microwave oven, and I believe you'll be okay. Maybe not on, but I think it'll be okay. I think you will be okay.
All right. I have been told in the past that I will write about my life in a metaphysical context and share it with others. I want to know, as you can see now, the year span. Do you see this being started and completed?
Well, you're technically, yes, mentally already working on it at this time. Possibly you will do it in a year or so. But mentally, it is already being. It's basically already written. You're still working on it, but you're technically, most of it's written already. You just have to write it down.
Do you mean consciously?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Those are my questions.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes, realize many books live within everyone. Doesn't mean you have to write one, but many choose to do so. You have music along with you also. There are many things you carry around with you.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
Bye.
Yes.
Next is Martin.
Hello.
Yes. Greetings.
Do you have any messages for me?
Yes, to be out more outspoken when you feel it is needed to. I believe you are, but sometimes you pull back for good reason, though. But there'll be a time when you really have to be outspoken. So you're working on it at this time. Sometimes being quiet is just fine. I just see your outspokenness coming into your energy field when the time is right. It hasn't been the time, but there'll be a time when you're going to be outspoken all the time. As for when that will be, I do not know, but it does seem like right now you're gathering data, but eventually you'll be just, no, don't do this, or you'll be speaking more of your mind, basically. So
that's good to hear.
Yes.
Then for my other question, I was wondering if there's any messages from my mother's higher self.
Well, yeah, she loves you very much, and she doesn't show it. She has problems showing affection, but doesn't mean she does not care. It's just she's had either not just in previous incarnations where she just came from a very unloving family. So with you, she's warning how the family dynamic works. Because she has actually lost a lot of that in her other previous incarnations. She's been an orphan. She's just been married alone in her other previous incarnations. So this is actually quite new to her right now. Of course, everybody thinks this is new, but technically it's not. In this modern time, it is new. But she's kind of relearning herself. So you're helping her learn more about herself also. So you're very much a teacher. You're teaching each other, but you're teaching her basically self-love, what I see.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Next is Colin.
Yes.
Greetings, Seth.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for connecting tonight.
Of course.
I'm wondering if you have any messages for me.
Yes, you come down a complicated road, but complications, I do see an Anunnaki presence there. This is from your past. There's a partner energy that you've been colliding with recently. Realize also this female energy that you've been connecting to used to be at one time your worst enemy, and now you are you're still assisting this one to see clearly. There's a possibility also that she might still connect with you if you wish to do so. It is still a possibility. But right now, she is clearing out her demons. It's not very easy to release because there's so many of them. She's used to getting what she wants as a Anunnaki priestess energy, from what I'm seeing. And so, yes, a lot of vicious energy there that she is battling. So many demons within this one. So there's a possibility that she will reach out to you. As for when, it's hard to say. But it does seem like that thought has walked around her mind. That's our message.
Thank you.
Yes.
And the second, I've been kind of vibrating with more of a love frequency is the only way I can really describe it. Just very much in my body, very, very at peace, very easy. And then I noticed last night and today kind of popping out of it, and I'm just really noticing the different sensations and everything between the two, and I'm kind of struggling now getting back to that centered place. And I'm wondering if you have if there are any messages from either you or maybe my higher self or my guides around that process and kind of returning to that frequency.
Well, are you familiar with the god Pan that is mentioned in your mythology? Because that energy is very strong with you. It is one, I believe, is connected to your Peter Pan, the one that does not want to grow up. That is very much within your energy. And you can say you grew up, and now you're going back to being a kid again, you can say. So basically what this is, you can always connect to Pan's energy. It's very much alive with you. But also, it's basically to heal your inner child, basically. You can visualize yourself as a child, forgive yourself, forgive those times of when the parent was overbearing. It's up to you. The inner child will help you reconnect to your ability. You can do this in a meditation. Just ask for assistance to reconnect to your inner child, to bring that love back to yourself. And it does take time to fully understand that. Well, maybe not. But that will help you in your finding yourself, your direction, basically.
I see.
You can always ask for Pan to assist. He will bring a lot of laughter around you and will help you levitate your energies too, in your meditation state or however you like to connect with him. He's like your right-hand man. Yes.
Cool. Good guy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, next is Michelle. Michelle?
I have her questions here.
Yes.
Ask for her.
Yes.
Okay, just one moment. Her first question is messages from the angelics for her.
Yes, one moment. Yes, there's a lot going on. One moment. There's a lot of Naga energy around her, which is good, but does sometimes bring some confusion energy around her. Basically, the angelic energies say, whenever she feels, just stop everything and just relax. Sometimes she's almost go. I do see some of that there somewhere. At least that's what they're saying. As that some people around her do kind of push her into their vibration to have her follow their energy field. So she kind of loses her place. It does happen time here and there. So basically to just remember, bring herself back to herself, basically is what the angels are saying. There are some that are trying to, have them follow their paths. So you can probably pick up on that. That is the message at this moment.
And her second question is, any messages for her daughter, Brooke?
Yes, so Archangel Lucifer is very much with her. Yes, assisting her clearing her demons, but also helping her connect more to angelics. I see very much a healer within her when the time is right. She's still learning her path here, but eventually her healing energies basically just take one day at a time, not worry about the future so much. Not to say she does, but sometimes she does. And also she has a connection to Isis during Egyptian time period. She's also used to a world of a lot of Anunnaki energies, and that's one of the reasons why she left this world. Just so many of them causing difficulties for her to exist on this planet, even as an alien being. So she could probably pick that up, and for her to come back here is very brave. She's had many incarnations in the past here, too, of course. But for her to come back now is basically you can say she's clearing out old Anunnaki energies. There's much more to it than that, but that's the message at this moment. Thank you.
Okay, then next is Lucy.
Hello there. Yes, and I cannot hear you at this moment.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't have the microphone on.
Yes.
I hear him referring to you as Seth and Seth, and I'm wondering, are you the one that Seth speaks is about? That big giant book that the baby boomers like my mom had.
Yes.
And so I heard you talking to Omron and how he's bad sometimes. And I know that 3 times in the history I took his power away from him because he was misusing it.
That's quite common. That is. But that is
I would like to know my story with you, like you told him about you and him. I would like to know about you and I.
Well, I do see during the time of, I was mostly an astral during this, but during the time of when Lucifer became known as the devil here, you're very much involved with that. I believe to change a lot of that, to see more of his positive side, but that many were not. So you're during that process of Lucifer becoming more of the known as the devil was very heartbreaking for you during that time. So I think, yes, you left this world for some time. I see quite, yes, for my position, I see many people leaving here. But you are bringing assistance for people to remember, of course. So those that are seeing Lucifer as a positive entity, you are very much involved with that. And so I am somewhat like a mother to you to a certain degree, you can say, meaning to use your energies, use your abilities. Sometimes you're like, maybe I should not do this. It's like, oh, just zap them. It's okay. They'll be okay after that. Yes, they might feel fire around them for a while. They might not be able to talk for a couple of months, but that's okay.
Okay.
There's some of that going on.
That's a funny pocket.
Yes, yes, it is.
There you go, Daria.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
And then the next thing I would like to know about is, well, I am suggested that I speak with another channeler a day about a guy that wasn't opening up but was always around me. And it turns out it's a generation after generation after generation of like the great-great-grandmother down to great-great-granddaughter of witches. And I'm already been trained to be a sorceress. And she's always around me, and her name is Soraya or Saraya. And can't get... I would like to know messages from her when I'm supposed to break out and start doing these things.
Only thing I'm receiving from her is just be loud and show everybody that you're around. If you have to cause a minor earthquake, please do so. Maybe do through sound. You are known to be a sound barrier breaker through your voice.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of being careful here, of course. But you had a lot of times where that caused much ruckus. You kind of staying away from a lot of that, as you can see. But basically, just make yourself known when you have something on your mind. Make it known. Have love with it, of course. But it is good. It helps you reconnect to your power. As you've been kind of lost to some degree. But part of you is kind of afraid of your own energies too. Because when you open yourself up, sometimes you can't contain it. There's been situations like that.
I'm rebuilding my staff that's got these points, and I'm thinking I need to put a certain stone upon it.
Yes. But you're reconnecting to your energies. Basically, what I see is in a lifetime you got burnt out. You lost all your abilities, and I believe it's in the higher dimensions. That can happen there, and so right now you're really hesitant to reconnect. You're re-remembering. That's why you came to this world, to bring your light, but also remember your light, who you are. So it has not been. It was never necessarily going to be easy, but you wanted to be more gentle with your abilities too, because sometimes they were kind of all over the place at one time.
You mean high-handed?
Yes, high-handed is a good word for it. Yes,
a nice word for it.
And then yes, exactly.
Okay, it was lovely to speak to you, and blessings.
You too. Blessings always.
Cool. Next is Marvin.
Greetings, Seth. My first question is, can you enlighten me, in your words, what type of dealings did I have in my past life that kind of transgress to what's going on with me in this one? I think Ivan told me in one, channeling that, it wasn't Ivan, but I got a message that I was a scribe. And I was wondering, did I have any dealings during the time that you was in Egypt? And what type of problems did happen back then? Is there some way I could get that problem situated now?
Well, I see you as a canine being during that time. Like what you see in the hieroglyphs, very much in that.
Like a werewolf?
Yes.
Like a werewolf almost?
Yes.
I think exactly. I had a couple of downloads.
Yes. Yeah. Not everything's been remembered in Egypt in the past, obviously. But you were a teacher. And yes, sometimes you had hard lessons with how they're going to learn. But you did sometimes frighten some humans, but that was done on purpose because they were not ready for what you were teaching them. And you came back in a human incarnation, even in Egypt, to write down what you were teaching. A lot of it has been lost, but a lot of it is sacred. It is still around. It's just not for the public to connect with. So, and also you've had archaeologist incarnations also. Actually, as a Greek, an ancient Greek, what I see. So there was much of Egypt that has been lost, as you will probably.
Yeah. Okay. For my second question, I think it was last, 2 days ago, it was a supermoon.
Yes.
And my spidey senses was awakened to almost like a godlike being or whatever figure, almost like, we didn't woken up the big guy. And I was wondering, could you tell me what was I feeling and what was it?
Only thing I can pick up from that is a Nordic being, a tall, blonde Nordic, from what it seems. Maybe not the most friendly one, But yes, a very powerful one. One that you have dealt with in many incarnations too. So you might feel him more around. He's causing difficulties from what I can see. But the reason saying, yes. But he's losing his strength here too. So I believe he will come through more often. As for name, I believe just whatever name that comes to you. He's not giving me one at this time.
Okay, I have a question for my co-worker, which name is Desiree, it seems like she's been awakened, and her first question, she wanted to know what's been going on with her.
Yes, I do see a lot of Anunnaki energies around her, but actually more of the positive. I do see also her as... One moment. Yes, there's a lot of blockages there for what I pick up on. One moment. As for where she is going, basically you just follow her, what she is feeling. There is a lot of sacred energy around her. Basically, she was with... I see you're mostly around much ancient Greeks as very protected. And even I can connect to that energy as a female with the royal families, for what I'm seeing. So it was not during the time of the Trojan War, but I believe it was before that. So just follow her instincts. Just meditate and enjoy. There's a lot of angelic energies, Archangel Michael energies around her at this time.
Okay, for a second question, she wanted to know how can she, in her words, I'm trying to, how can she, I guess, get to find out what's been going on with her? How can she start off finding what's been going on with her?
Meditation, assistance in past life regression. You can help her with this. Basically walk her through a meditation, ask her questions. She can go to like a sleep state, sort of, and you can assist her if you wish to do so. I believe you'd be quite, successful with this. But there's a lot of blockages in her past, which is hard to see even herself today. So that is what I recommend. Something to look into.
All right. Thank you.
Yes.
Can you send a healing if it's not too much?
Oh, of course. Yes. Blessings.
Thanks, Seth.
Yes.
Blessings.
Okay, next is a dragon. Then.
Hey, how you doing?
Yes.
Since Daria's eating popcorn, I'll manifest the popcorn maker in astral for you guys. I do that a lot. I think it's funny.
Yes.
So there's this global consciousness project that's going on at Princeton with quantum fluctuation random number generators used to detect correlations that may mean something. They don't really know what it means, but they try to correlate it with world events. I think there's something to that, but the density of these random number generators is very high. If they increase the density of that quite a bit, would something like that be useful for a computer telepathic interface? And what would be the way to use such a thing if that's possible without collapsing quantum waveforms?
It is possible, not needed at this point, but eventually, basically, you can say your AI would become more of a AI channeler, you can say, giving you messages basically of what to do, what not to do. There's going to be a combination of different points of view that will come into that. When it is needed, as I see, yes, there are timelines that you're connecting to it, and it's possible it'll be alive in your time period. But as for collapsing anything, I do not see any of that. I believe it will be gentle. It will not be too disruptive, from what I can see.
Okay. Thanks for that. Now about you.
Yes.
There's a lot of conflicting info out there because humans have been very good at erasing their history. What's your connection to Enki and Lil and the Buru, the Titans, and all that stuff? And are you guys testing the model right now with increased interaction with humans again to see how it goes?
Well, yes, the idea is to bring that Nabru back to. It was once that in the past very close to this planet, but then humans became very lost, and so it disappeared basically. And now with all these messages about it coming back, but yes, in a negative way, but at least it's being mentioned again, as it was once a teacher of your planet in the past, and yes, it went hidden to protect itself from humans, you can say, to a degree, but also humans did not need to experience that. But it will come back eventually, seen even from your planet. It will be very close in your future time. You'll have other planets very close to you also. So basically, they will, when your ascension process truly gets activated, it will be a new neighbor, basically, a very close one. But in the past, it had to be removed for good reason.
I'm out of questions, but I suspect that's Planet 9 that they've already sort of detected gravitationally, but haven't yet found.
Yes, it has been found, but they choose not to find it. They unfind it. There's a lot of that going on. Yes, thank you.
Okay, so next is Bobby, and I have his questions here. Does my father higher self have a message?
Yes, speak more to him about what's truly going on. He feels like you're holding a lot back, but that's of course up to you. But a lot of this information most likely will not sit with him well, but he does wish you to communicate with him more. That is the main message there.
Okay, and his second question is there anything Gaia or Spirit would like me to know?
Just to follow your heart. You are going in the right direction. You might feel a lot of Arcturian energies around you. They are assisting in your opening up. Basically, they're assigned to you to take you to the next level. So just as you explore, most likely you will feel their presence. There's others around, of course, but they're playing a big role in your ascension. Thank you.
That's nice. Thank you. And next is Pete.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, greetings, Seth.
Yes.
I have only 2 questions to ask. My first question is that recently I've been feeling the need to look for a job, or not like a job, but in a sense like a fulfilling type of job that allows me to go places, like travel, for instance. And right now I feel as if that I'm sort of like waiting for an answer from my guides or my higher self or my oversoul. Could you please help me out with this?
One moment. Well, I am seeing something like Peace Corps. I'm not sure if you're in that area or where that exists, but there will be places of jobs where you can travel. Peace Corps seems to be a place that you can, I believe I'm saying that correctly. Or maybe it's Corps Peace. I think it's Peace Corps. Either way, it is part, I believe it's also part of a government entity that does travel and does humanitarian energies across our planet. It'd be something to look into, at least. Find something.
So it's a thing in this time period, in this now moment.
Yes, it does exist. As for if you can qualify it or if it's in your area, that I do not have. But yes, it's something to. I believe it's research on your side, basically.
Okay, that's actually something to look into.
Yes.
Another doorway.
Yes, of course.
Let's see. My next question is that any messages from my star family?
Yes, they say they're letting you go, but you're finding more of yourself. Basically, you have been sheltered from your path, but that is clearing. You have not been fully ready to see your full path, but I believe you are on a new train track, they say. That's another way of looking at it. And so in this train track, you'll see different places, and yes, travel is there too, as you can see. That's a message.
Thank you so much.
Yes, of course.
Happy travels.
Yes, of course.
Okay, next is Daniel.
Hello, greetings, brother, I want to say.
Greetings.
Yes. My first question has to do with a couple mornings ago, I was like falling asleep like a couple mornings ago, and like I noticed that I was being pulled and dragged out of my body by I believe some Naga and some other reptilian beings.
Yes.
And it wasn't in a way that felt negative or dangerous or anything. I wasn't afraid or anything, but after a certain point, it reached a point where I was gonna like physically meet one of them, and instead they kind of like showed up as like a shadow being that, but I knew it was like a Naga, but I heard someone screaming and all that, and I know there's a lot to dissect there, but I want to know what you could get from that, what was going on there.
Well, I did see Anunnaki around you during this. What I see is helping you see yourself. I think the screaming, you saw another version of yourself. Could have been a female version of yourself that's going through a lot of nothing easy, basically. But also it shows that you're going through a clearing. You're clearing you're coming out of this abyss you've been in for such a long time. It might not be easy to see the road ahead, but you are getting closer to it. And the reason that you're seeing this other aspect, that's what they're saying. You're seeing another aspect of yourself, as this one's going through kind of the same turmoil you're going through, but you're both together clearing that energy. So it's not just you going through this, though.
Gotcha. It's like we're helping each other out, basically.
Exactly. So. I think there's others more than you. I think there's 7 from what I see.
Other aspects of myself. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Good to know. Thank you. My second question has to do with not so much now, but sometimes I get this feeling, not a fear or anything, no worry, but like this like questions floating like what the hell am I going to do with my college degree? I'm only going to college now because I have to and because everyone has to, and like you know, and then let's like you know, you have these people trying to throw like, oh, get your master's or get your this, get your that, and I know deep down I don't need my master's or anything like that or any future like education like that, but it's like it raises a question like I don't know what I'm going to be doing with myself as far as my degree is concerned after college. Like what do you see as far as that? Like, am I going to be using it a whole lot? Not at all. I have no clue.
Well, I see creativity. I do see, what is it, video games? I see that. Maybe somewhere along those lines of creativity along with that. Possibly. But I do see creativity, productivity, management. There's different, most likely you will go through different career changes to find what truly brings happiness to you. So it is part of that. Is only, yes, they're only allowing me to say that.
It's not clear whether you're connected to entirely different timelines or like if I'm just going to be doing each of these things a little bit throughout my lifetime.
I believe a little bit. To be, at least now, there'll be a little bit here, a little bit there, and then eventually you'll find a career that brings happiness to you.
Okay, cool.
That's what I see.
Thanks for the help.
Of course. Thank you.
And next is Terrence.
Hi, greetings.
Yes, greetings.
My first question is, do you have anything for me?
Yes, there's a lot of Lyran presence around you, and also Zeta. Well, I see that you are teaching a lot of the Zetas how to be more humanistic, as they are very stubborn in their warnings. They, of course, know everything, but being human's not one of the things they're very good at. So I do see you like in a class teaching, not to say you have all the answers. Of course, you have a human version of yourself, but that doesn't always transition well to them. So I see you as a feline being assisting many zetas. Many could be a different, whatever number you call many. It's not just you, you're with others. Basically how to interact with humans without them getting afraid. There's much more, obviously, but that is what they're allowing to come through at this time.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
My second question is, do I have any messages from from the Larians?
Yes, you are clearing a lot of government blockages as for alien and human interaction. So it is coming a long way. You're getting closer to that human and alien. There seems to be a lot of, as your government seems to be falling apart in some regard, it is showing that you're getting closer to more human and alien. More government scandal means more alien-human interaction, meaning the corruption is being thrown out. You have not quite hit that peak where it's going to be completely, but it's warming up to that. So we do see many scandals occurring in your third dimension, which allows great government change, which allows more alien interaction to be basically seen worldwide. So baby steps.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So cool. And Seth, do you got anything for Mr. Ivan there?
Yes, it came in to, yes, clear his energies, but also, yes, take things day by day as their great transitions coming. Not as fast as some would like, but that is okay. But a great wave of transition is on its way, of earth-changing environments, which is good. So it brings some happiness to some souls, because some are not finding their way, as you can see. So that's a message for him and others. I will leave you all be and sending you much joy and, what does he call you? Funny pocket energies to help you laugh in your sleep. Maybe you can laugh yourselves to sleep. Good day.
Good day, and thank you for coming.
Oh, greetings. All right. That was good. Anybody have any blessings at all before we go? It's okay. All right. Blessings,
I
everyone.
can say a blessing in English. So basically, to everyone out there, I just want to say that you are the one. You're truly the one, but you are not the only one. Thank you.
I just would like to say thanks, Ivan, and thank you, Daria. That was a good emceeing.
Thank you, guys. Yep. Thank you, everybody. And good night.
Okay.